I went to a Catholic church in Canada for the first time today. Come with me while I tell you all the differences I noticed. So the first thing I noticed was that every seat had this book for each person. At first, I thought it was a Bible, but it turned out to be a hymn book. In Nigeria, we obviously have hymn books too, but I've never been to a church where every single person has one already on their seat like that. The next thing was that when offering started, before I could even process what was going on or even bring out my purse, it was over. Nobody stood up, they just passed the baskets to each person on the seat. So it literally takes less than a minute for the offering to be done. The lady that was collecting the basket had to bring back the basket to me when she saw me bringing out my purse. Another thing I noticed is that the entire mass lasts about an hour. If you go to Catholic churches in Nigeria, you'd know that the typical mass lasts anywhere from 2 hours and above. It was so short, but it felt so full. Then when it was time for Holy Communion, I noticed that people received it in their hands instead of in their mouth. And it wasn't just the priest giving it, there were other people that were dressed in casual, normal clothes that were also giving out Holy Communion. And I'm not sure what their role is since they were dressed casually. Another thing was even the sign of peace was different. There was no handshakes, nothing. Everyone just bows and moves on. It actually reminded me of how Nigerian churches were during COVID. And the last thing I'll talk about is the dressing here. It's completely different. Everyone is so casual and the women here don't really wear gowns like we do back home. Also, I think I only saw like 2 women wearing scarves today. But yeah, that was my experience in this particular church. It was definitely different.